Commander Hawkins, sir.
Good to see you, Dalton. I'll get right to the point. Your request for reinstatement in the Marines has been denied. Again. I know you're disappointed, but we can try again in 6 months.
Can I bucket up the line?
I spoke with General Drexler personally. It was no go.
Damn.
When you return to your ship, you'll have a new pilot. He's a Hex Corps alien named Naban. We got him in an officer exchange program. He's some kind of muckety-muck on his home planet, and the brass want him kept out of harm's way. You've got the quietest patrol, so you're it.
I'm getting mighty tired of babysitting the ass end of nowhere.
The Colonial Authority isn't so bad, John. We don't see as much action as the Marines, but our tradition of service is just as strong.
Save it for the recruits, sir. I know the score.
Stow it, Dalton. We've got a new refresher course set up in the basement. Either give it a run or get back to your ship. Dismissed. Do you want to take the training run, or get back to your ship?
I could use a refresher.
All right. Dismissed.
First Officer Ida returning command of the ship to you, sir. Ship's engineer Isaac is standing by on the upper deck, and ship's pilot Naban has the con.
Good to be back.
Really? I thought you enjoyed playing soldier with your pal Hawkins.
What's our status?
While you were docking, we received a distress call from the Alara star system. We're already en route. Would you like to take an inspection tour of the ship and meet our new pilot, or go right to the briefing room for the mission?
We've got plenty of time. Let's take a look around.
Okay. Let's begin right here in the drop room. We need a new airlock unit, but the quartermaster on Avalon didn't have any, as usual. We've ordered a new one for our next visit. I'll wait for you outside the briefing room. We took advantage of the layover to upgrade the holo projector in the briefing room. I'll wait here while you take a look around.
Welcome back, boss. You want to inspect the upper deck?
Might as well. What do you got?
Your quarters haven't been disturbed. We've put Naban in the other port cabin, but his gear is still in the hold, so there's nothing to see yet. Let's look at the starboard berths instead. Ida's cabin. Spotless as usual, I'm sure. I'll wait here. Still haven't sent up any spare transducers. How they expect me to keep this bucket of bolts airborne is beyond me.
Hello, Marshal, sir. I am saluting you. It is many pleasures to be buttling with you aboard this fine ship.
Buttling?
Buttling. Waiting upon. No, serving. I am seeing many pleasures serving with you. And I am saluting you again.
No need to salute, Naban. It's an informal ship. Why don't you just settle in here, and I'll catch up with you later.
Aye, sir. Settling in is now my top priorities.
Ready for the briefing?
Fire when ready.
We're headed for Sanctuary, the 5th planet in the Alara system. It's an Earth-style world with a dense jungle covering. It's currently uninhabited except for a Leandri mining operation. A few hours ago, I received the following distress call.
Mayday, mayday! This is the Leandri Station Lima 6 on Sanctuary. We're in trouble down here. The facility has been overrun by hostile aliens. We don't know what the hell they are or where they came from. Multiple casualties. Please assist!
That's it. We don't know who is attacking them or why. Let's look at the main base in the holotank. The Leandri complex has two components. The ore processing unit grinds up the rocks and extracts precious minerals. Unfortunately, we don't have any blueprints of the interior. They've cleared away the jungle and separated the power plant from the main facility by a few hundred yards. This huge generator provides juice for the heavy rock-crushing equipment. Here is the nearest entrance from your drop point. Good luck down there. Isaac should be waiting across the hall to do your weapons loadout. If not, you'll probably find him in his cabin sleeping one off. I'll be right here if you have any further questions.
I liberated a grenade launcher and a few frag grenades from a depot on Avalon. You want to take a look? Or how about we brush up on your other weapons?
Let's have a look.
The M406 grenade launcher has slots for 6 different grenade types. Tapping your primary fire lobs out a grenade that explodes on contact. Holding the trigger a little longer engages the timing mechanism so you can bounce them around some. Secondary fire chambers the next grenade type if you've got any. If you like, I can tell you about the individual grenades. Take your pick.
Let me see the car.
The M32 Duster fires depleted uranium shards that don't have shells but build up a nasty dust that gets ejected between clips. Primary fire spits out rounds at a very high automatic rate. Alt fire is a cluster of 5 shards packed together to form a single, slower-moving slug. The slug breaks apart when it hits a wall, so if you're good, you can even shoot around corners. Very effective overall. You can hose down an area with primary fire or deliver a single lethal punch with the alt fire. Anything else?
Yes, Mother.
Look, I'm not kidding. I don't want to have to come down there and save your sorry ass.
Relax, I'm sure the natives are friendly.
Emergency shutdown in 3, 2, 1. Emergency shutdown.
Marshal. You should have been a Marine.
Don't get me started.
That the artifact? Doesn't look like much.
Must be important to someone, though.
Okay, we'll take it from here. Take care flying out. The area is still plenty hot.
Will do. Semper Fi.
Atlantis calling Peacekeeper. We're sending you back, John.
What's up, Ida?
We got more trouble down there. Your Marine pals were shot down before they reached escape velocity. Their ship crashed in forest on the far side of the planet. They've still got the artifact. They've set up a perimeter and will hold position until you arrive. We can't fly you in there. You'll have to go in on foot. They've lit beacons to guide you to the crash site. The indigenous creatures shouldn't give you any trouble, but somebody shot that ship down, and whoever did is probably still around. Go get the Marines and move to a clearing big enough to set the Atlantis down. I'll see you soon.
Roger.
What a mess. How will you get up to the control room?
That's why I get the big bucks.
The sector commander is on hyperlink. He wants to talk with you.
Lead the way.
Be sure to give him a good salute. I'll let you decide how many fingers to use.
Good work recovering the artifact, John. Let me give you some history. A little over a year ago, our Axine Corporation discovered 2 of these artifacts and set up labs on Hell and Janus to study them.
What do these things do?
No one knows. We know they're virtually indestructible, and that they emit energy in a way we haven't begun to understand.
How many of them are there?
7. Buried on different planets for millions of years. Unfortunately, the Izanagi and Leandri corporations caught on, and have started massive hunts on their own.
How do the Scar fit in?
They know we want them, so they want them too.
So what comes next?
You may yet get your wish, John. General Drexler is temporarily recommissioning your ship as a Marine corvette. As of now, you and your crew are all temporarily restored to your former ranks.
Will it be permanent?
Perhaps. I've been breveted to the Marines as well, and your orders will come through me. Afterwards, I'll go back to the TCA, but you might be in for good. I've already briefed Ida on your next destination. Good luck, John. And good hunting.
Yes?
What do you think is going on?
I've dealt with Drexler before. He's a weasel. Don't trust him.
Has anyone deciphered the glyphs on the artifacts?
Don't know, but you can bet they're trying.
You have to trust someone, Ida. That's how organization works. Otherwise, everything will just fall apart.
Christ, would you listen to yourself? This is the military we're talking about.
I'm telling you, it still comes down to people. I can't believe I'm back in.
Don't get your hopes up. If they make this permanent, I'll eat a snipe. I don't want my old rank back, and Isaac doesn't deserve his. Drexler is just using you, John.
Now, what can you tell me about Acheron?
Acheron is the strangest planet in the sector. It's a T-class world orbiting the star NC-867. What's interesting is that the surface of the planet is covered by a single gigantic organism that has breathing tubes the size of subway tunnels and spores as big as starships. The Izanagi Corporation has been methodically killing this creature as they terraform the planet. They've built a ring of giant chemical reactors to convert the atmosphere to Earth-standard oxygen-nitrogen levels, which the organism doesn't seem to tolerate. I've pulled some images from a Marine scout probe. Days ago, all terraforming efforts stopped, and the Izanagi forces converged on a single dig site. We believe they have found an artifact and are about to take it off-world. We are cloaking in one day ahead of a Marine attack force. Our mission is to gather intel only. Do not get close enough to be detected. Do not engage in combat. The station is guarded by Izanagi ghost warriors who have no love for us at all. Your dropship will land about here. You can take this road up to the facility, and from there you'll be on your own. Be careful, John. I've asked Isaac to give you my pistol, Grace. She and I have been through a lot together, and I'd feel better knowing you have her down there to back you up. Isaac is ready for you, and Aban has some questions. If you haven't spoken with him yet, you can probably find him on the bridge.
I am very confusing.
What are you confused about?
All these corporations, mercenary forces, alien races. I am mixing them over.
Can't tell the players without a program, eh? Okay, let me give you some quick background on each of them. As Earth expands in this sector of space, different corporations are establishing colonies on uninhabited planets. They do everything from creating vacation resorts to mining exotic ores to terraforming. We and the Terran Colonial Authority patrol between the planets to keep the peace. The corporations try to get away with a lot out here, and they hire mercenary forces to help them get their way. We often find ourselves fighting the mercs to defend civilians who work for their own corporation. If we run into something we can't take on alone, we call in the Marines. The Scar are a power-hungry race who have been trying to expand into this sector of space. Normally, their highly tribal social structure prevents them from working together. But recently, we've seen unusual examples of cooperation between the clans, which can only spell trouble for us. Their warriors are all highly independent, intelligent, and very dangerous fighters.
What's up, boss?
I just got off the blower with the sector commander. We all just got our military ranks back.
See, I don't know, John. Last time I was in uniform, it didn't turn out so good. Just ask Ida.
That was a long time ago, Isaac. You've changed. You'll do better this time.
We'll see.
What do you know about the Ghost Warriors?
Well trained. Some live by the old samurai code. Others are just in it for the action. So, you ready for some new weapons?
Fire away.
I'm tinkering with that arachnid biomass you found on Hell. I'm thinking I can make a weapon out of it. Anyway, I've added the flamethrower to your loadout, and I swapped with a buddy to get incendiary grenades for the launcher. Ida dropped off her Magnum as well. I'm surprised she's willing to part with it. Take your pick.
Let's take a look at Grace.
Ida's had her forever. She's a really sweet weapon. 50 caliber explosive ammunition. Very accurate and very powerful. Alt-fire is a 3-round burst that takes a little longer to reload. Use her for medium-range targets, when you're too far away for a shotgun, but too close for the sniper rifle. Anything else?
Run down the flamethrower for me.
Its name pretty much says it all. The Vulcan uses canisters of napalm for ammo, and shoots out a spray of flaming gas. Just point and shoot to incinerate a whole crowd of enemies in close quarters. Alt-fire is a spray of unignited napalm that'll stick to any surface. You can set it off with primary fire or with one of your other weapons, but it's unstable enough that after a few seconds it'll probably ignite anyway. What'll it be?
Let me get this straight. They're desperate to get this thing, so we're gonna blow it up?
We're just gonna give it a nudge. Pry it loose.
And they don't think the creature will mind?
I guess we'll find out.
Then let's get it over with. This place gives me the creeps.
The Izanagi are not at all happy with your incursion on Acheron. They are massing their forces on Severnaya. The fleet on Severnaya draws its power from energy generated by the Minkowski Dam.
Pardoning me, but is not dam one of the forbidden words?
Later, Naban. Go on, Ida.
A squad of Marines made a commando raid to blow the dam, but the mission went bad and they're stranded. We know there are at least 2 of them alive down there, and our orders are to recover them.
Got it. I'm on the way.
The problem isn't over here.
It wouldn't be there. If anything, it'd be in the power relay panel.
What the hell was that?
Sea goat. Must have picked it up when we lifted those Marines from Sanctuary. That's the only place they grow, little bastards.
Can you fix it?
No, we gotta land.
Damn. Naban, pick out a safe haven and brief the Marshal.
Why is Ida so much not liking Isaac?
Years ago, Isaac and Ida served on a Terran capital ship together. He was the launch officer. During a fight with the Scar, the ship took a series of hits. He was wounded, got trapped in his compartment, and he panicked.
That is not so unusual.
The fighter crew was getting ready to launch. He opened the airlock too soon and they were sucked into space. After that, he just curled up on the floor. They had to break in to launch the other fighters.
And Ida cannot forgive him for this?
She calls it dereliction of duty. They beat off the Scar, but her friends were dead. And Isaac never recovered. He got a medical discharge and dived right into a bottle. Now he's back trying to prove himself. And he doesn't know if he has what it takes.
I am happily to be giving you briefing. Are you ready?
Probably more ready than you.
The Sea Goat has damaged our inertial control systems. We are forced to land on the planet Calydon for repairs. It has a breathable atmosphere, not much water, and a limited biosphere. Oh dears. To be continuation. Military Outpost Kilo 57 serves mostly as a repair and supply depot for ships cruising through this otherwise uninhabited part of space. Cow patties. We will set down behind a shield wall, but the Leandri Angel mercs will soon know we are there, and they are sure to attack us. Intercourse. It will be up to you to hold them off long enough for Isaac to fix the ship. He is waiting for you now in the weapons bay.
What's on your mind?
So what do you think? Lost Ancient Glories or Pandora's Box?
Are you kidding? They gotta be dangerous. Why else would someone put glyphs on them and scatter them all over the galaxy? I bet when they break the code it says run like hell.
Where the hell did that thing come from?
Sea Goat. Must have picked it up when we lifted those Marines from Sanctuary. That's the only place they grow, little bastards. You here for your loadout?
What's in your bag of tricks?
Let me see. Lots of new toys this time. I got a sniper rifle. And wait till you see how I modify the alt-fire on the rocket launcher. It's like a whole new weapon. So we should really go over it in detail. I don't have any more of those EMP grenades you found on Severnaya, but I'll definitely get more by the time you get back. Take your pick.
What are the specs on the Widowmaker?
A beautiful precision instrument with a variable zoom. It's got a computerized targeting system that compensates for wind and other variables to put a 50 caliber slug within an inch of where you aim it from 2 clicks away. Alt-fire toggles you in and out of zoom mode, and you can use the wheel control to zoom in further. Ammo is generally hard to come by, so don't waste it. Anything else?
How about the Shark?
Self-propelled rockets with 4 thrusters and explosive warheads that fuse on impact. Primary fire is 4 missiles bound together as 1 rocket, but I've changed the alt-fire into something even the mercs don't have. Here's how it works. Hold down the Alt-Fire trigger and identify up to 4 targets by holding each one in your crosshairs until you hear a beep. Then release the trigger, and the 4 missiles will each seek one of the targets. Any missiles that don't have a target will just follow a drunken path. What'll it be?
See you later.
Request shield wall deactivation.
Roger. Shield wall down. Activating shield wall.
Glad you're back in business, John. How's the ship?
Good as new.
I hope so. We've discovered a secret Izanagi facility on Sulfuron. Intercepts show they've developed a new analytical tool that helps them find these artifacts. We need to go in and get it.
Another artifact hunt?
Not this time. It's the information we're after. Go down there, acquire the data, and bring it back. Take care, John. You're the best we've got.
Alright, protocol, 1 David 1. 6 air for the search. Stand by, 1 David 1 King. 1 Scooter 1 to Central King. Scooter 1 King. 6 unit is available.
Any visuals?
Negative. Area secure.
I've called in a technician to see if we can get anything useful out of that terminal. The Marines with him will take orders from you. Deploy your troops, and keep that tech alive long enough to get the data.
Pardoning me for extruding myself in your cabin,
It's okay, Naban. What can I do for you?
I still do not understand why the hero of the Strider Wars is serving on this ship.
You got a minute? I'll tell you. Ida was a child prodigy, a strategic genius. She was an international 3D chess master by the age of 10, and drafted by the Terran military before she was out of braces. About 10 years ago, at the height of the Strider Wars, things were going badly for us. We were outnumbered and outgunned. It seemed only a matter of time before we'd be wiped out. Ida turned it all around. On an out-of-the-way planet called Tycho, she created a sort of electronic Potemkin village, a massive underground complex of transmitters and antennas. She made it seem as if the Terran military had concentrated their headquarters and most of their forces there. The Striders went for it. They landed in full force, right above the transmitters. Our ships had been hiding behind Tycho's moon. They came out and nuked the planet into oblivion.
It was a brilliant victory.
Yeah, but it had a price. Tycho had hundreds of Terran colonists, innocents who couldn't be warned of Ida's plan. When she activated the transmitters, she signed their death warrants.
But because they died, millions lived.
She knows that. She made the choice, but she's never forgiven herself. As she grew older, she rebelled. She thinks the military made her a monster, and now she doesn't trust them or anyone else.
You should tell her to trust you.
It doesn't quite work that way.
Many pardons, but could we talk later?
Ready for the briefing?
Let's do it.
Both the Izanagi and Leandri have learned the location of our secret research lab on Janus. The Ghost Warriors are already on the ground and the Angels aren't far behind. Our top expert on the artifacts works at the lab. His name is Dr. Meyer. He's got 2 artifacts down there and he's in charge of the entire facility. Polaris is a huge base set on top of a cliff. It houses hundreds of scientists and vast quantities of equipment. It's one of the largest human-built installations in the sector. Most of the scientists have already gotten out, but Meyer is still in there. The terrain surrounding the facility is pretty bleak. Janus is a cold planet 6,000 miles in diameter, orbiting the weak K-type star Asgar. The only surviving species are hardy plants and animals that have adapted to the frozen landscape. Your mission is to recover both artifacts and make sure the Mercs don't capture Dr. Meyer. The landing pad is here. The main entrance isn't far away, but you have to go over a bridge to get there. The Izanagi are already holding the bridge, so it's sure to be heavily fortified. Watch out, especially for snipers and turrets. Good luck, John. Was there something else?
Isaac did pretty well back there on Caledon. He fixed the ship and nothing flat. And have you seen the work he's done on my weapons? I'd be dead now if it weren't for him.
That's his job, John. You give him too much credit.
And you don't give him enough.
Maybe.
Got anything else on the planet?
Not really. Janus is ancient even by cosmological standards, which means it's geologically quiet and cooling off rapidly. Asgar, its sun, has almost consumed the last of its hydrogen fuel and continues to diminish in brightness. Pretty bleak.
See you later.
I scrounged some concussion grenades for you, and I finally figured out what to do with that arachnid biomass you found back on Hell. Turned out to be a hell of a weapon. You gotta check it out. Take your pick.
You made a gun that shoots spiders?
Oh, I had me some fun with this one. Turns out the arachnids you ran into on Hell have a really durable biomass. I loaded some into this ejaculator tube. Primary fire spits out a sac that'll spawn a bunch of little arachnids on your target. With alt fire, the sac will grow until it splits and a big sucker pops out and goes on the attack. Anything else?
How powerful is the concussion grenade?
It sends out a shockwave that'll knock most of your enemies flat on their ass. Pretty impressive blast radius, too. What'll it be?
See you later. Ida, we're in the clear. Get us out of here.
On the way. Orders from Drexler say to terminate all surviving non-military personnel.
Who, Meyer? I'm not leaving him behind.
Your orders are clear. He knows too much to fall into enemy hands.
You're breaking up again, Ida. Can't hear you. Ida! Here's the deal. Give me the artifacts, I get you to safe transport. Otherwise, I leave you here with a few good men.
Take your damn artifacts. Just get me out of here.
Things are heating up, John.
Tell me about it.
Our researchers have been trying to decipher the glyphs on the artifacts. They speculate that if all the artifacts are combined, they'll form a weapon of unimaginable power. We cannot allow them to fall into the wrong hands.
We've got 5 of them. Do we know where the other 2 are?
The data you got on Sulfuron revealed they have a unique energy signature. We scanned for other occurrences and were able to pinpoint their locations. The Izanagi Corporation has a major installation and dig site on Nakoja Abad. They've found an artifact, but they haven't removed it yet. I've uploaded a holograph of their base for you to look at when we're done.
So that's my next stop.
Do whatever it takes. And now for the good news. Because of your outstanding performance, General Drexler has not only agreed to a permanent reinstatement in the Marines, but it comes with a promotion to Colonel. Congratulations, John. I'll be sorry to lose you, but I'm glad to see things work out the way you want.
Something's not right about this, John.
What do you mean?
If Drexler really wants you back in, why is he having Hawkins act as an intermediary? Why doesn't he go on record himself? Where's the paperwork? You've got no proof of anything. Drexler is playing you for a fool.
You're making things up, Ida. Can you think of one earthly reason why Drexler would do that? No? I thought not.
Something else has been bothering me. You could have left Meyer back there on Janus. In fact, you should have. Why did you smuggle him out and drop him on Vistula?
What was I supposed to do? Shoot him?
You didn't even like the guy.
Yeah, but he trusted me.
By the way, did Hawkins tell you he wants to pull Naban and send a replacement?
What? Why?
Turns out he's actually Prince Naban, middle son of a Hex Corps potentate. They thought they were parking him out in the boonies, but now they're afraid His Royal Hiney is going to get hurt.
Shouldn't that be up to Naban?
Ask him yourself. He's waiting outside.
Marshal, you cannot letting them do this to me.
Take it slow, Naban. Easy.
You cannot knowing what it is like. Always guarded. Always shielded. Not allowed to taking a chance. Not allowed to live. I am one of 50 princes, not even in line for throne. So, I getting away. I want to matter. I want putting myself to a good cause. You are a good cause, Marshal.
You're a great pilot, Naban. The best I've ever seen. Just get back to work and try not to worry. I'll see what I can...
Did you hear about Naban?
Yeah?
You gonna let him take him?
Thought you didn't like him.
He's one hell of a pilot. But if he's so smart, why doesn't he learn our language?
Maybe when you speak 500 of them, some details kinda slip your mind.
You up for some new weapons?
You know it.
I built a smoke grenade for the launcher. You should be able to have some fun with that. You want to take a closer look?
Bring 'em on.
Take your pick.
What does the smoke grenade do?
Exactly what its name implies. You can lay down a smoke screen to help you escape from your enemies. Anything else?
Nakoja Abad is a world with a bizarre alien biosphere perpetually fogged in by clouds of hydrogen sulfide. It was originally settled by nomads of Arab origin who named it for the spiritual realm their mystics called the Land of Nowhere. The settlers never found the ancient alien structure only 50 clicks away. They soon left the planet, weary of always wearing environment suits, never seeing a clear day, and having everything they owned constantly corroded by acid rain. During a routine prospecting mission 3 years ago, a team of Izanagi geologists discovered the structure. They set up a research base next to the site and manned it with a rotating crew of scientists and a complement of ghost warrior mercenaries. The bond will set you down in a secluded valley not far from the dig site.
Secure the area!
Area secure. He must be further in. Can't see! Get away from me!
He was in the Marines once before. They threw him out
Why?
because he thought for himself. They called it departing from established mission parameters. One time, this colonel ordered him to leave a wounded civilian behind. He told the colonel to shove it and dragged her out anyway.
So, he was a hero.
So he was court-martialed, cashiered, kicked out. He went on cop duty, patrolling the ass end of space with the rest of us rejects. You can tell he hasn't changed, though. Pisses the hell out of Ida, but he still wades in with both fists and does what he thinks is...
The seventh and final artifact is on a planet in the star system NC962. It's a B-type star, a blue giant that burns hot and bright. The third planet will be bathed in a constant storm of radiation from this powerful and raw sun. We don't know much about the planet itself. It may be the home planet of the Drak, the creatures who built the installation on Nakoja Abad. 2 survey expeditions came here when the sector was being mapped, but both ships disappeared. It was designated a Class 5 hazard zone. Look, I can't go on with this stupid briefing. Why are we doing this, John? If Drexler is so worried about someone combining the artifacts to form a super weapon, why don't we just leave this one where it is and destroy the ones we've already got? Problem solved.
Destroy them how? You've seen how invulnerable they are. We've blown them up and bombarded them with ion beams, not a dent on them. We can't destroy them, Ida.
And let's just turn around and go away. Leave this one alone. You don't need to die for this.
Look at everyone who's been after these things. You think if we walk away, the Izanagi will too? The Scar? We need to collect the last artifact and turn them all over to Drexler. If I have to choose between us and the bad guys, I choose us.
I'm not going to stop you, John. But you're not seeing the whole picture. When you do, you're not going to like it.
I persuaded Hawkins to let us keep Naban. Good thing, too, because I wouldn't trust anyone else to get the dropship down in there.
I heard. Now he thinks you're God.
Tell me about these Drak.
We haven't had much time to study them. They appear to be a form of artificial life, robotic creatures who create and repair their own bodies, having killed off their biological ancestors centuries ago. I'm betting they're almost completely invulnerable, The toughest enemy you've faced yet.
I've been thinking about Tycho.
I don't want to talk about that.
I do. You can't forgive yourself for sacrificing those people.
I didn't sacrifice them. They weren't pawns in a chess game. You can say it. I killed them.
And you can't forgive yourself. You think you betrayed them. But have you ever wondered what they would have chosen?
I didn't give them a choice.
But if you had, don't you think they might have said, go ahead? Don't you think they might have weighed their lives on the same scales you did and said, it's better that we few die so millions more may live? That's the same choice humans have been making for centuries, Ida. You can't destroy yourself because you were the one who had to make it again.
Get out of here, John. Isaac is waiting.
Huh? How you holding up, Isaac?
Doing all right, boss.
Looking forward to going home after this?
Nah, worried. Don't want to fall back.
You've got it licked, don't you?
I've been clean, boss. Not a drop since I came on board. But I'm weak. I only made it because I keep this stuff off the ship.
You're stronger than you think.
How do you figure?
You've worked deals with every supply sergeant from here to Daedalus to scrounge us equipment, right?
Yeah. So?
You could have smuggled booze on board anytime you wanted. But you didn't. Nobody can be strong all the time. But you've been strong when it counts. Got anything new for me?
I took a bunch of drac pieces and cobbled them together to make a laser. Definitely worth checking out. Also, I figured out the triggering device on that floating orb thingy you found. Your choice, hotshot.
Bring 'em on.
Take your pick.
Give me another look at that drac laser.
I put this thing together from bits and pieces you found in the labs on Nakoja Abad. It uses a proto-drac pod for ammo, and it shoots out a laser pulse that's sort of like a conventional railgun. No alt-fire yet. I'm still waiting for inspiration. Anything else?
Tell me about that hunter-killer.
I figured out a control mechanism for those floating orbs you found on Nakoja Abad. Your primary fire launches the orb at an enemy, so it circles around him and shoots at him. The alt-fire is a defensive mode. The orb will circle you and try to shoot down any inbound projectiles. What'll it be?
See you later.
We're headed for Avalon. Home.
I can't wait to turn these damn artifacts over to Drexler. What's the plan?
We keep him here in orbit. You go down and talk to Drexler. He tells you in person where he wants him. That way there's no radio transmission and no chance of unfriendly ears hearing where we're gonna land.
How's the ship?
Isaac's really held it together. I'm surprised.
Maybe you should tell him.
Maybe I will. We're all set, Marshal. The sooner you get down there, the sooner we'll be done.
Nice work back there, Naban.
Will you need a pilot when you are in the Marines?
I'll put in a good word for you.
We're all set, Marshal. The sooner you get down there, the sooner we'll be done.
Hell, what was that?
The planetary cannon! Naban, get him out of there!
What are they shooting at me for?
John, you're not alone. I'm patching you through to some Marines nearby.
McMillan here, Bravo Squad Leader. Our 20 is the building directly below the landing pad. We've set up a perimeter and can hold indefinitely.
Get over there, John. I'll bring the Atlantis down and pick up the lot of you.
On my way. See you soon, McMillan.
Walk in the park, sir.
Ida?
Still here, John. But one more hit. John, stand by for burst transmission.
Ida! Ida!
Dorian Gray, this is Squad Leader McMillan, requesting immediate evac from the surface.
John, I'm recording this while you're up in the tower. Commander Hawkins just ordered me to dock with the Dorian Gray and turn over the artifacts. Suddenly it all clicked into place. General Drexler has had nothing to do with any of this. It's all been Hawkins. How could I not have seen it?
Hawkins?
But I'm not giving Hawkins the artifacts, John. He wants to use them for himself, but we're not gonna let him. Naban and Isaac are with me. We're gonna hold him off as long as we can. If he shoots us down, he'll make it look like the scar, but you'll know the truth. Here, Naban and Isaac want to talk with you too.
Stevens, take a detail and clear a path to the escape pods. Don't tell anyone or you'll start a panic. I'll follow in a minute.
Bastard!
come with me to the escape pod, John. All I have to do is push this button and the ship will plunge into the sun. It's the only way to kill these Tusk. But you and I will live to fight another day. We'll learn to control the Tusk. And then we'll rule to...
You killed my crew!
No, I
trusted you.
John, she wouldn't give me the artifacts. If the Scar got them, it was my duty.
I believe in duty too, Hawkins, and now I know what mine is.
Warning. Course intersects star FG-708. Imminent danger to ship. Course correction advised.
But you'll know the truth. Here, Bon and Isaac want to talk with you too.
Greetings, Marshal. I am saluting you yet again. You are many good men. Despite who I am, you shared with me the danger and the dignity of a meaningful task. You have given me my life. So, if I die, it is only right that I have given you mine.
I'm scared, but I'm not scared. I'm ready for this. You had faith in me, John, and I'm grateful. If you make it and I don't, go to the O Club back in Quantico, buy a round for the house, and have one last drink for me.
This is no suicide mission, John, but I won't abandon you. We're gonna fight like hell and try to hold on till we can pick you up. Then we'll all boost out of here together and figure out what to do next. If we don't make it, well, at least you might get to the artifacts before Hawkins. You were right about Tycho, John. Sometimes the few have to give their lives for the many. You were right about something else, too. You said I had to choose who to trust. I choose you. Goodbye.